Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2020. Now I just have a huge mess on my floor. Welcome back to Morning Coffee. It is my 2020 resolution series. This special 8-part series will run on my channel throughout January. Each video is going to tackle a specific goal or resolution that people tend to set at New Year's. And we are going to talk all about how you can actually make those goals happen in 2020. Not just set your goals, but actually make them happen. I'm excited to have you here for the resolution series. Stay tuned. Hey, and welcome back to Morning Coffee. We are halfway through our 2020 resolution series. We've already covered your health and fitness goals, organization, and your money goals. Today we're going to be talking about how to get all of the relationship goals in your life to happen in 2020. If you haven't seen any of those other videos yet, they will be linked down below so that you can check them out. When you think about the life that you want to live in 2020 and the goals that you want to achieve and the things that you want to do in 2020, when you picture that and you vision that, it is very likely that the people that you love appear regularly in that vision. Your husband, your kids, your parents, your family members, your coworkers, your friends, all of those people are what make your life meaningful. They're the people that you celebrate with. They're the people you go on adventures with. And these are the things that you will remember when you look back on 2020, the time that you spent with people that matter to you and how you created memories for yourself this year. While it is a given that your loved ones are important to you, it is so hard to prioritize actively and intentionally working on those relationships when you've got all of these other things on your calendar and on your mind. Today, we're going to be talking about ways that you can intentionally approach your relationships to make the most out of them this year. My first tip for you, and this is going to sound really silly and you're going to be like, this is really weird, but you need to make a list. You need to make a list of all of the people in your life that you want to intentionally spend time on or time with in 2020. You have to take a methodical approach towards actually making those moments happen. So start with a list of the people in your life that you'd like to spend more time with in 2020. It is so important that you only put the most important people on this list. We are all busy. We have lots happening in our lives. Don't overcommit yourself. Commit to the relationships that are going to make the biggest impact on your life. For example, on my list, I have my husband, I have our parents and our siblings, a few close family members, my close coworkers, and close friends. That's it. There's less than 15 people on my list, and it should be around the same for you. Again, you can't do everything all the time. If you're really going to go all in on maximizing your relationships this year, you need to focus on the ones that are the very most important to you. Now that you have a list of all of the people that you want to give love to in 2020, you need to take a look at each person individually or set of people if you're talking about like your parents or your grandparents or your in-laws, and think about what is a good way to contact those people or to be with those people or to celebrate with those people. All of the people in our lives could be spread out completely throughout this world. And so there's some people you can connect with on the phone. There's some people you can connect with in person. There's some people that you maybe see once a year or once every couple of years. When you look at each person on your list, write down opportunities for you to connect with them and how. How often would you like to see this person? How often would you like to talk to this person? How often would you like to email or text or video call with them? When would you like to send them a thoughtful card or a special gift? When would you like to travel to see them? Next, start getting specific about how often you'd like to connect with someone. Do you want to talk to them on a daily basis, a weekly basis, every other week, a month, every couple of months, every year? How often would you like to make connections with the people in your life? So for my husband, for example, I want to make a connection with him every day. We live in the same house. We see each other pretty much every day. I want to make sure I'm connecting with him daily. When I think about my friend that lives in Minnesota, maybe I want to connect with her in person once a year. I want to do a phone date with her every quarter and text her every month. When you look at the people in your life, there's just going to be different ways that you can connect with them in different time frames that you want to connect with them. The only way to actually measure and track and move forward with building your relationships, you have to quantify and define it. And again, it's so important to be realistic here. You know yourself, you know your schedule, you know the other people that are involved in this, and you know their schedules. Be realistic about how often you can likely see them. For example, me and my two best friends, between the three of us and our varying schedules, once a month is actually pretty good. That is a very realistic goal for us. So that's what we use. It works for us. I try to connect with them on a monthly basis. Don't overcommit yourself because you're just setting yourself up to fail. Be realistic about the schedules for everybody involved. Can you have a coffee date? Can you have a dinner date? Can you do a Skype call with them? Can you take your son to the museum every Wednesday? Can you travel to the next town over to see your aunt every month? Think about the ways that you can connect with someone. And other than physically seeing them, there are so many other ways to connect to people. Use technology to, communicate via text or email or voice call. If you don't even want to do that, just simply sending someone a handwritten note to say, I'm thinking of you, I'm celebrating you, I love you, I hope you're doing well. Something as simple as that can completely change somebody else's day and really make your relationship feel more meaningful to them and to you. Reaching out to the people that you love doesn't have to be expensive or extravagant unless you want it to be that way. The next step to making sure that you are connecting with your loved ones on a regular basis is to schedule reminders for yourself. So, for example, if you want to call your mom every other week, make a note in your calendar or in your planner every other week. Put down a to-do. Call mom. If you want to make sure you send your favorite cousin a birthday present, put a reminder in your phone 2 weeks before to go pick out a gift. Remind yourself the week before to put the gift into a box and send it in the mail. Then set a reminder for you the day of her birthday to send her a text message to say, hey, I love you. I sent you something. I hope you got the gift. You can't just remind yourself on the day of. Sometimes there's preparation that needs to happen so that you can celebrate with someone or connect with them at a specific time. Use the tools that are available. Use your planner, use a scratch piece of paper, use your digital calendar to set a reminder for yourself to make sure that you make these connections happen. And obviously, the very last step is the most important step, which is actually following through. This is why culling down your list was so very important, because you actually want to follow through on the promises you made to yourself to have connections with these people. Are you going to be perfect at it? Absolutely not. I told you that we try to see, my little friend group tries to see each other every month. Does that happen every single month without fail? No, of course it doesn't. Life isn't perfect and life doesn't work that way. But I'm being intentional about setting up time with them. So even if we don't meet in a month, I still have it on my to-do list to make sure we get together soon. If you miss one call with grandma, then you move it to the next week and you do it again. I think that this is where most people's goals go wrong, is they set an intention, they might make some plans to make it happen, but then they don't actually do the thing. And so you are the only person that's in control of that. You have to be the person to follow through on all of these things. If you've really narrowed down your list to the right people and you've been really realistic and specific about how and when you want to see them, you should be able to easily follow through on actually making those connections happen. People in your life are so incredibly important, and they are so incredibly important to you. I hope you found this video super helpful so that you can make really meaningful connections, establish really great, deep, and beautiful relationships in 2020. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing to the channel so you don't miss all of the other 2020 resolution series videos, as well as all of the other content that I share here on this channel on organization, productivity, goal getting, and personal growth. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day.